Witajcie wszyscy. Dzisiaj sobie pogramy finala dalej. Pogramy sobie dalej. Oczywiście wszystko tu trzeba zwiedzić od nowa. Zobaczmy, co Charon ma. Diamentowy miecz. Znowu gorszy. Jedwabna szarfa. O, też gorsze. Ale ma nowy utwór, który od razu kupujemy. Potiony. Ostatni eliksir? Jeśli coś cię natychmiast przywróci. Nie mam kasy po raz pierwszy, zobaczcie. Pierwszy raz nie mam w grze kasy. Nie mam kasy na ostateczny eliksir, no. Słabo. A czy ja mogę jakieś materiały sprzedać? Właśnie. I tak średnio, patrzcie, 2000 tylko z tego jest. Słabo. To nie ma sensu. Dobra, zarobimy normalnie na ten potion. A jednocześnie jeszcze muszę... Jeszcze broń, zobaczymy, czy nową może mi zrobić. Oślepiający płomień jest. Znowu lepsza broń. To się robi z toczaka. A widzicie, nie warto sprzedawać te bronie, bo nie wiadomo, kiedy będę miał. No dobrze. Jedwabna szarfa. No okej. Mamy lepszy miecz znowu. No ten już trochę lepiej wygląda niż ostatni. Zobaczmy tą nutę, co kupiłem. Nie, nasze warunki. Ja nie pamiętam, jak to się nazywało teraz. Nocne lęki chyba. Dobra, zostawimy nocne lęki. To jest tablica łowiecka nowa. Ja bym sobie tak w świetle obejrzał ten miecz. Nowy. O, lepiej wygląda niż poprzedni. Poprzedni to taki wyglądał na standardowy, zwykły miecz. Tak naprawdę, a nie na jakiś...
What will it be today? How may I help you today? One must understand one's place in the world.
No co, został nam jeden kryształ, tak? Tamten. W Walodzie. Waloedu, jakbym miał tak wymawiać, ale to jest karkołomne do wypowiadania. O, aż 3. Dobra, panie i panowie, robimy sobie zdjęcie każdego. I tak jak zawsze, najpierw idę polować. A później Ciche piaski, rozaria. Dobra. Dobra, i teraz tak. Ranga S tu jest, czyli będzie ciężko. Najczęściej mówi się w polskim języku ciężko, tylko trudno. Chłopcy, którzy parają się handlem na polach Korawy, opowiadają o 2,5-metrowym panicie z potężnymi muskułami, który napada bezbronnych podróżnych. Vamare Dalmekia. A tu ciche piaski, rozaria. Na wybrzeżu niedaleko portu Ssd. Dobra. Coś jeszcze? Zobaczmy, czy są questy jakieś nowe. Nie, nie, nie. Dobra, czyli łowiectwo tylko mnie interesuje i to zrobimy właśnie. Aha, nie mogę tego zrobić. Dobra, to musimy popchnąć fabułę w takim razie.
How fares the realm? The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit. And Gav? He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though. Do you have any good news? Well, that depends on your definition of good. All right, fine. What do you suggest we do? Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask. I suppose not.
Zmienimy tą nutę, ale tak pójdziemy do księgarza.
That every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe. Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts. Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
No, a kaszę teraz na normalnych ziemiach. Zobaczymy, jak to będzie wyglądało. Dobra, zmieńmy tą muzykę, bo tutaj atmosfera nie pasuje.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the sixth day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
No dobrze, to idziemy do Otto, bo zgaduję, że mi się mapa jeszcze nie odblokowała. Na razie mnie zamknęli jak szczura w klatce. W tym miejscu. Ale i tak mi otworzą, bo wiadomo, że muszę coś upolować. Oho. Jill.
We have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains.
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Okej. I zadania poboczne się dodały. Zobaczymy, jakie questy jeszcze masz.
Anything catch your eye?
To jest jeden, drugi. Dobra, wszystkie są główne, więc na luzie.
Clive. How may I help you today?
Here you are.
Na kaszę. Bandyci. Bestie.
Very good.
Bez różnicy. Wszystko wytniemy w pień. Nieważne, co to będzie. Ale teraz tak, ja muszę znaleźć. Tu jest port. Najpierw zrobimy palowanie, a później te questy będziemy po kolei wszystkie robić. No, oni są przy wybrzeżu, ja słyszałem. Ile mamy wybrzeż? Nie tak dużo. Ciche piaski. Ciche piaski są tam. To ich tu nie będzie. Dobra, chodź koniku. Zrobimy to na pełnym speedzie. Nie będziemy marnować czasu. Są kraby, a kasze. Dopiero teraz zwróciłem uwagę. Dali mi silniejsze potwory wszędzie. A, jeszcze jedną rzecz mieliśmy zrobić, wiecie? Ja tego nie powiedziałem i nie zrobiłem, ale to trzeba zrobić. Nie, tego nie. Tu. Zmienimy. Ja się przełączę w wyposażeniu. Zamienimy sobie Tytana na Bahamuta. O, proszę bardzo. Teraz zrobimy reset. To jest reset całkowity. Tak. Dobrze. Teraz tak. Dobrze. Czy już chwila? Mistrzostwo, tak. My chcemy to. Czy może jednak taki atak? A to co to jest? Przytrzymają wroga w miejscu, to może być fajne. Ale ja i tak mam 2 skille przecież. Ten skin nie jestem taki pewny, bo może się okazać, że będę pudłował nim. To bym chyba wziął prędzej. Zobaczmy. Tak, jeszcze mnie stać. Tu coś mogę zestartować? Nie. Ojej, dobra. Moi drodzy. No tak, jeszcze tornado mogę na maksa ulepszyć. O, teraz tak. Zapiszmy sobie to. A mogę tak przejść? O, udało się. O to mi chodziło. Zapiszmy sobie. I lecimy. Są ci goście tam. Dobrze, panowie. Zapraszam. To są sami ciężar. Okej. Może być ciekawie. Jak wszyscy mają żółty pasek, będzie trudno. Jak mają O, właśnie, mają żółty wszyscy. No. Okej, 2 to jest max. Teraz. Oni mało życia mają. O, zrobiłem jedną rzecz źle, nie zamieniłem skilli. Au. Wow. Jakie obrażenia mają. To trzeba uważać na tego skilla. Kamera mi się trochę źle ustawia. Ała! Ale to jest okropny damage. No nie mogę trafić. No. No nie są tacy trudni, ale życia nie mają tak dużo, ale... Nie! Ja nie chcę dostać tym atakiem. Dobrze. Dobra. Został jeden, już jest zwycięstwo. Ajajaj. Miało być łatwo. No i dobra, będzie. Już leży. Poziom, no i dobrze. Meteoryt, dobra, ja muszę koniecznie zamienić w wyposażeniu. Nie chcę tchnienia. To chcę. I satelitę sobie weźmiemy. Dobrze. Dobrze, teraz oni leżą. Już jednego mamy z głowy. Nadal Meki. Ale weź nadal Meki, wiedz gdzie to było. Dalmekia jest olbrzymia. Dobra, idziemy do paszczy na razie. Teraz tak, paszcza, kociara, sierp, pola. Teraz tak, to było na polach Kowary. Bracia nie żyją. Baramy, to jest tu. Dobrze. Oznaczamy sobie i lecimy. O, dobrze, to już mamy dwa specjalne za sobą. Został tylko ten najgorszy, który nie wiadomo gdzie jest. Bo tam są 3 znaki zapytania. Ja oczywiście to wygoogluję. Nie tracę czasu na bieganie i szukanie. Nie ma nawet takiej opcji. Wiecie, może gdyby to był Terra Republiki, gdyby to był inny... Gdyby to był inny świat, inaczej skonstruowany, to pewnie bym eksplorował, tak jak w Gothicu. Ale że to jest taki świat na zasadzie iść do aktywności, to ja tylko aktywności chcę robić. Bez żadnego zbędnego kombinowania. Czy ja mogę jakoś skrótem pojechać? Tak. Przy tej wieży na prawo.
You safe?
Tom. Znaczy może jest. Ranga B. Przed chwilą A nałożyłem. Gościu. Lepiej uciekaj przede mną, menu. Zaczynasz od razu w ten sposób. Dobrze. Dwa ma. 3 ataki. 4. Kamehameha. To mega rozbłysków na godzinę. Okej. Odbicie. Odbiłem mu skilla, dobrze. Ten skill jest nawet dobry, bo on nie atakuje jego postawy, tylko od razu życie. W sumie.
A deserter turned outlaw. We were more similar than he knew.
Dobrze, teraz tak. Ubiliśmy jego. Teraz tak, to się nazywa przebudzone zniszczenie. To już wchodzimy w Google i sobie patrzymy. Kernowert. To jest Kernowert. Dobrze. To Kernowert. I sobie idziemy do Kernowert. Ile? To musimy ten znacznik. Albo dobra, już bez znaczenia. Kernowert jest. Tu gdzieś, tak? Tak. Kernowert jest gdzieś tu i on jest gdzieś tutaj, w tej stronie. Się przekonamy zaraz. Tędy. Dobrze, jadę? Dobrze. Nie, ja z płaczkami nie mam czasu. Oj, tędy. Okej, siądziemy. Co jest w tym pojemniczku? Pierścień strzelca wyborowego. Aż zobaczę, co to jest. Bo jestem ciekaw. Okej, zapiszmy sobie. Bo to chyba z tego co wiem jest ranga S, więc może być ciekawie. Ale obszar jest olbrzymi. A, to tylko jakiś smok. Svarog. Svarog. Dobrze. Twarożka też ubijemy. 50? Nie mogę tego niszczyć. Okej. To wybucha. Serio? Serio to jest tak silne? No to jestem w szoku. Co ja mam w ogóle nie dać się trafić? Okej. Okej, podoba mi się. Tylko nienawidzę one-shotów w grach, ale spoko. Wiedziałem, że trzeba zapisać. Ale no... Zabił mnie dosłownie. Dobra, nie podchodźmy do tego z takim życiem. Ciekawe, czy jakbym miał 50, to różnica by była taka... Pauzę. Nie mogę pominąć. No ciekawe.
Found that. This beast isn't to be trifled with.
Dobrze. Pół życia zabiera taki jeden pocisk.
That's better.
Nie wiem co się dzieje, bo nie widzę. Nie wiem nawet. Okej. Ale nie, znowu jest ten sam problem. To ostatnio. Przy tego typu przeciwnikach. Dobra, ja to nie będę. Oj. No na serio? Tak lepiej będzie mi się walczyło, nie namierzając go, bo... Nie można go namierzać z tego względu, że bardzo łatwo się zablokować. Dobra, powalony. Najgorsze jest to, że nie widzę ataków. Moczy taniec. Co się teraz wydarzy? Olbrzymicie. Ale jest... Okropnie spamuje ten smok. Ajajaj. Znowu ten atak. Dobra, jestem wystarczająco blisko. Nie jest dobrze. No najgorzej, nie miałem żadnych speli po powaleniu. Oj, to ten skill jest... Nie wiem, czy dam radę w tym podejściu. Znowu ten atak. Tam na boku coś jest. Ostry kieł. Nie, to nie takie rzeczy mi potrzebne są. Dobra, mamy go. Nie. Przemień się. Dobra. Ognisty taniec, nie. No nie no. Nie mogę się dać trafić niczemu. Niczemu! Niczemu cię nie mogę trafić. No nie! Chciałem go powalić i może bym go skończył. Ajajajajaj, no. Co za drani. Ała. Ile ja mam kasy? 38 000. Ja niepotrzebnie się też męczę. Idziemy do kryjówki. No będę musiał użyć tego potiona specjalnego, który pozwala ci się położyć raz. Myślę, że z potionem, który pozwala mi się położyć raz, plus jeszcze wszystkimi potionami dam mu radę. Ja go zrobię, tylko kwestia była po prostu tego, że wystarczyłoby, że teraz na przykład bym mnie wskrzesiła i przykładowo dałby mi całe życie. Ja bym już to zrobił w tym momencie. Ale dobra, okej. Tonik z kamiennej skóry. Akurat toników mi nie zapamiętało. Ostatni eliksir. Jeśli coś cię znoga, natychmiast przywróci wszystkie twoje PZ, napełni wskaźnik przynajmniej to, a także zwiększę. No właśnie. I gdybym miał to myślę, że on już miał ile tam? 30% życia? Zrobiłbym go. Ale dobrze. Dobrze. W końcu jakiś wymagający przeciwnik, do którego musiałem się jeszcze lepiej przygotować. Szkoda, że tam nie ma teleportu żadnego, ale dobra. Ja sobie tam teraz zapiszę. No myślę, że już w aktualnych okolicznościach, jak już byłem tak blisko, nie mając tego potiona, który mnie wskrzesza, to w aktualnych okolicznościach powinien być w stanie go zrobić raczej tak na 70% jestem w stanie powiedzieć, że chyba go zrobię. 30 to jest właśnie to, że mogę za dużo hitów dostać i wtedy no ale będziemy go robić tak długo, aż go zrobię po prostu. Ja mu nie odpuszczę. Może mieć statny level, też bym mu nie odpuścił. Dali mi go teraz, to znaczy, że mam go teraz zrobić, nie ma później czy wcześniej. Ja go teraz robię. Mógłbym mieć trochę łatwiej, jakbym ulepszył ostatniego skilla. Z Garudy. O, on nawet stoi. Dobra, teraz sobie zapiszemy. Już na mnie on czeka, więc nie będzie tych cutscenek całych. Zapisz. Dobrze. Lecimy. Chodź, przyjacielu złoty. Dobra, odpalmy to od razu. Aha, super, nie sięgałem go. Nie czekajmy na nic, od razu odpalajmy skille, bo to szkoda marnowania czasu. Ała. A nie, no nie dostałem. Dobra, super. Ała. Teraz dostałem. Dobra, mamy go. Leży. No się wkurzył. No, nie jest takie proste z nim walczyć. No. Makabra, jaki tu spam czasami jest. Czasem mówiąc, średnio mi idzie. Ten skill jest w ogóle, nie wiem, nic nie robi, nie? Widzę, że jestem bezużyteczny skill mam. Oj, nie trafiłem uniku. Muszę wymienić ten jeden skill. Lepszy był ten z pociskami. Teraz. Ajajaj. Znowu dostałem. Ale te kulki to nic nie robią. Useless, ten skill jest strasznie. Ja bez złym buildem. Złym buildem walczę z nim. Naprawdę, tamten skill nic nie robi. To już nawet szybciej bym go tym pokonał. Nie widzę nic nie widzę. No, kamera jest w takim miejscu, że po prostu tragedia. Dane zostały utracone. Nie no, kamera się ustawia w takim miejscu, że nie widzę po prostu, co zrobi przeciwnik, już nie mówiąc o tym, o innych sprawach. Dobra, jeszcze raz. No, teraz to ułożenie kamery było takie, że po prostu widziałem, nie wiem, no, góry zamiast bossa. Dobra, zmieńmy tą umiejętność, tą satelitę, bo ona jest całkowicie bezużyteczna. I to czuć i widać. Nie, rozbłysku. To by było chyba lepsze. Tylko ja muszę z satelity przyłożyć. Albo tchnienie rozbłysku, albo... No dobra, zrobimy tchnienie rozbłysku, bo to... Nawet jeżeli zaryzykuję i... Nie no, makabrycznie bezużyteczny skill, no. Już jestem gotów się założyć, że prawdopodobnie bym go zrobił tytanem, no. Jeżeli chodzi o build. Dobra, teraz sobie zapiszę jeszcze raz. Powinno być lepiej, bo mam kolejny skill, który rozbija jego gardę, a nie bezużyteczny skill, którego używam i nic nie robi i po prostu jest, nie wiem, co twórcy myśleli, jest źle zaprojektowany ten skill. Nie nadaje się na bossy, tylko na jakieś, nie wiem, moby małe czy co? Bez sensu. Dobra, uderzmy go od razu. No tylko, że ja go nie sięgam oczywiście. Tracę teraz. Straciłem skilla. Ja tak... To bez sensu. Wczytajmy sobie jeszcze raz. Zawsze to jest jeden skill więcej dla mnie. Głupie to jest, że go nie mogę sięgnąć. Dobra, doskoczymy Feniksem do niego. Teraz. A nie, ten skill nie. Aha, super. Brawo ja. Dobra. Dajmy się zabić. Jill, nie krzycz, to tylko śmierć. Dobra. Ja się muszę skupić. Ostatnio jak byłem skupiony, gdybym miał to wskrzeszanie, to pewnie wtedy już zrobił. I tak, to teraz muszę znowu mieć dobrą passę. Dobra. Clive, no. Spokojnie, dziewczyno. Ja mu nie odpuszczę. Nie ma nawet takiej szansy. Nie chcę używać pierścienia, chociaż między nami jest przepaść poziomowa, szczerze mówiąc. Dobra, teraz. Ała. Dobra, się położy chyba po tym. No właśnie. O Jezus. Oje. Co tu się dzieje? Dobra. No makabra, dostaje wszystkimi atakami, jakie istnieją. No nie sięgłem go tym dobrze atakiem. Ała. Lesz. Gdzie ty go jeden? Oj, znowu ten skill. No nie mogę się ruszyć, a on pali. Dobrze. Super. Przebiłem mu gardę. No nie trafiłem. Znowu dostałem. Dobra, uleczmy się. No. Nie widzę nic, nie wiem co zrobi. Dobra, nie jest tak źle. Jesteśmy blisko znowu. Oj. Tylko nie to. Dobra, można ominąć animację tego tym. Nie widzę, znowu nie widzę. Skok Feniksa. Powiem wam, że jest ciężko. Ja muszę teraz perfekcyjnie to zagrać. Nie mam. O nie. Nie, tylko nie ten kill. A ja nie mam pota. Aha, dobra, super. O Jezus Maria, dobra. Nieważne, w takim bądź razie inaczej jeszcze zrobimy. Nie mam tego pota, ja go muszę założyć, żeby on działał. Beznadzieja. Po to kupujesz potion za 20 000, żeby działał zawsze, a nie wtedy, gdy go masz założonego, no. Upierdliwce. No dobrze, okej, jeszcze raz. Już byłem tak blisko, no wiecznie to samo. Inaczej to zrobimy. Gdzie tu skróty w ogóle? Ja tak nie mogę użyć, nie? Niedostępny. Dodaj do skrótów. Aha, mikstura lecznicza, dobra. A mi eliksir przywraca wszystkie PZ. Chyba jest lepszy niż te poty, bo tymi potami ja się tak leczę jak nic. I ostatni eliksir. Dobra. I teraz myślę, że eliksiry chyba są lepsze, bo mogę użyć ich na końcu i zwrócą mi więcej, a tymi potami to tak się leczę. Nie wiem, zobaczymy. Teraz. Ja nie mogę oszczędzać tych skilli, bo później może bym go zniszczył, jakbym miał... Dobra, zaznacz go. To już dostałem. Teraz tym. Ten skill, co mnie trafiał zawsze. Jeszcze jeden. Ja zginąłem? Ja zginąłem? Czy użyłem niechcący tego pota? Dobra, nieważne. Serio? Ja tam zginąłem? No nie, no nie mogę go... Nareszcie. No nie, ten przycisk, to nie był dobry pomysł. Dobra, teraz. O Jezu, tego ataku to nigdy nie mogę... Nie ogarniam tego ataku. To jest atak, który w sekundę cię uderza i nie wiesz, co się wydarzy. Unikniesz tam tego i nagle to cię trafia i no to jest nawet trudno zareagować, no. Kiedy ja mam czas, żeby na to zareagować? Irytacja. To drzwi. Makabra, no makabra, za każdym razem makabra. Nie, ja się nie poddam. Choćby to miało trwać dla was 4 godziny, ja go pokonam. Nie pójdę na skróty wbić poziomu, chociaż byłoby dużo łatwiej, jakbym jeszcze te 2000 punktów uczknął i dopiero przyszedł tutaj z maksymalnymi skillami ze wszystkim. Nie ten skill. Teraz. O, znowu zapomniałem przedmiotów zamienić. Super. Teraz już pewnie nie mogę w trakcie walki, co? Mogę? W trakcie walki mogę to robić? Mogę. Okej, czyli będę oszukiwał. Dobra, spoko. Nie wiedziałem, że można w trakcie walki ekwipunek zmieniać. Trochę zmieniam postać rzeczy. Teraz to zrobię go na pewno. Mając eliksiry, poty, wszystkiego i maści. Wszystko, co się da. Dałem. Znowu nie widzę, kamera jest totalnie do niczego. Matko bosko, kochano. Dobra, powalmy go w ten sposób. Ja sobie przywrócę trochę życia. Teraz podmienimy. Patrzcie, mogę wszystkich użyć naraz. Dobra, a jeszcze jedna rzecz. Ała. Ała. No fajnie. Odsunęło mnie to i on zdążył mnie... Chrystusie nazarejski, no. Dobra, mamy go. Makabry jest tym bossem, on jest przeokropny. Dobra, jeszcze raz. Ja teraz jestem bardzo niedbały przez to wszystko w sumie. Dobra, tonik. Bo wiem, że mogę sobie na więcej potów pozwolić, to jestem... No nie trafiłem znowu, no. Dobra. Ała. No nie. No nie. On mnie... Może się uspokoić w końcu? Nie może. Dobra. Ja mam wrażenie, jakbym mu nic nie robił, no. No bo ten skill, ja go nienawidzę. I tego też nienawidzę. Przy tym nie mogę się ruszyć. Dobra, uderzmy go. Jest! Zginęło to dziadostwo. Co za dziad kalwaryjski, no. Dychaj i nie wstawaj już nigdy więcej. Umieraj na zawsze. 40. O Boże. Enigma upadłych tam dostałem. Dajcie spokój, co to było za... AS. Dobra, nieważne. Ważne, że jest zrobione w końcu. Trzeba przyznać, że się napociłem nad nim. To jest chyba drugi najtrudniejszy boss w grze. No, czuć było, że to jest trudne. Szczególnie wtedy, kiedy on wydzierał się, a ja nie mogłem robić uniku, bo byłem nieruchomy od jego wrzasku, a w tym samym momencie leci na mnie fala i mnie podpala, no. Co mam zrobić? Nie mogę się ruszyć. Muszę dostać tym atakiem. Więc nie wiem, no. Dobra, ale zrobiliśmy, panie i panowie. Zobaczmy, czy z niego są jakieś bronie nowe, bo to... Za takiego bossa to ja powiem mieczek nowy dostać. Przynajmniej. No, Czarny nie ma za to, ale ci mają jakąś nagrodę. Dobra, idziemy zobaczyć, jaka jest nagroda. Makabra, wam powiem, makabra. Praktycznie cały odcinek zmarnowałem na tego bossa. No nic. Ostry kieł, punkt zdolności. Dobrze, to się przyda. Jeszcze tu są raz bursztyn, orkiestrowy utwór. To już niedużo mi zostało. Tam 120, no to kiedyś to wejdzie. Później jeszcze dalej coś jest. Dobra. To co mały, ja już wszystko zrobiłem, prawda? Podobno są 32 polowania. Ile ja tu mam? 5, 10, 15, 16. Smok jest podobno w top 2 trudności. Nie wiem, co było top 1, ale to pewnie główny boss czy jakiekolwiek bossy. Dobra, zakupmy poty wszystkie. Pewnie i tak mnie nie będzie to stać, ale próbujemy. No nieźle się wypociłem z potami, trzeba przyznać. Eliksiry, ale ile kasy ja dostałem za niego, ludzie wszystko mi zwrócili. No i dobra. Eliksir jest. Jeszcze jedną rzecz miałem coś sprzedać, miałem wszystko, nie? Nie masz nic dla mnie? Jakiegoś nowego miecza za smoka? Nie, to nie. Dobra, to teraz jedziemy do wszystkich po kolei. Lecimy z fabułą. Może zrobię z tego odcinku to jednak 3 godziny, bo to bez sensu po 2 godzinach to skończyć. Ja tylko łowieckie zrobiłem w zasadzie chyba. Okej.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried? You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your stolers said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
As if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Króliczej noże. Jedzie ostatecznego ukucia. Gdzie to jest w ogóle? Tu mam iść po prostu. Okej.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight. My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
I kill them all.
If it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
A ja może zabiję wszystkich bandytów, co?
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along. Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
No Jezu, gadanina będzie. No dobra, no zaraz pójdę po loda i będę go konsumował w momencie, kiedy oni będą sobie gadać, bo przecież... Dobra, idę sobie po loda, bo zanim oni skończą kwestię rozmowy o bandytach, to ja już zdążę wrócić 5 razy. Zaraz wrócę.
Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your...
Nie ma to jak lody Almond mieć.
Absolutely not.
A teraz mogę słuchać wszystkiego.
Show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would... I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Gościu, przemień się w ifryta, skocz w nich, piekielny ogień odpal, po kłopocie. Zostaną tylko tosty.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
Ja to wszystkich biorę, a nie jednego.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Jeszcze więcej. Dobrze. Dobra, jednego mniej. Gin. Jaki krzyk wydał. Śmieszny. Dobra, w ogóle ja mogę coś ulepszyć jeszcze bardziej. Przecież tornado na przykład.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act. I'll take that as a compliment.
Dobra, teraz rozdamy do tornada już na maksa. To mnie stać. No dokładnie. I teraz już zostaje mi 900. Mogę się zacząć zastanawiać. Co sobie tu wybierać? To się przyda. To niepotrzebne. Tu mistrzostwo tylko jest, który umożliwia dowolnemu używanie. Tu mistrzostwo, tu mistrzostwo, tu mistrzostwo. Ale to chyba muszę zapłon uzbroić, co? Nie wiem, czy mogę tak to sobie to rozdać. Magiczny wybuch. Dobrze. A. Dobra, zapiszmy sobie, bo mamy już wszystko podblokowywane. No i co? Lecimy dalej. Kolejna misja fabularna. Tutaj teraz. U Marty. Robimy te misje fabularne i nie wiem, zrobić przerwę, czy dalej kontynuować, tak się zastanawiam. No 2 godziny będzie. Ileś tam. No zobaczymy. Na razie lećmy tak.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
More. Dobrze. To more, to more. Jedziemy, nie tracimy czasu.
You don't think they've
abandoned us, do you?
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Chodź, Ambrozja.
Faster!
Clive, wounded.
O, Akasze. Dzień dobry.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Akasik.
Waken wind! It's over.
Ała.
To me, blades!
Okej, nowi. Dobra, sztorm. Teraz. Chodźcie tu. Dokładnie. To koniec.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after.
Sir Wade. Trzeba go uratować. No, zobaczymy. A że jest w dobrej kondycji Sir Wade.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell, the Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Czyli nikt nie może, czy ja mogę? Nie ma potrzeby, dajcie Ifritowi się najeść. Niech Torgal też odpali swoje magiczne moce i będzie nara.
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them, but we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Serio? Taka szarżów?
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Let's do this. Zapomniałem, że on strzela jakimiś pociskami. Dobra, żółw sfajczony. Ktoś zamawiał pieczonego żółwia?
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jeszcze jedna horda?
Pool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Już do Eastpolu. Dobra. A tu trzeba iść. Okej. Polecimy od razu.
Mad dogs.
Kasza gobliny, serio.
They're headed for the rest.
slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
To me, flames!
Gdzie sobie chodzi, jak gdyby nigdy nic. I już. Jeszcze?
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round.
Makabra. Aż mi się odbiło. Od tej ilości przeciwników. Jak zawsze nic nie widać, ale luz. Ile jeszcze? Jeszcze ktoś?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
Ujki mają, jak przeciwpożarzowi.
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Szał strażników. Ozdoba.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, so wait. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Sid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Dobra. Lecimy dalej. Kolejna misja, tylko najpierw ja sobie rozdam poziom, może inaczej zrobimy. Ja sobie najpierw rozdam zdolności znowu. Chociaż już niedużo mi zostało. Ale no właśnie, podskok. Prowokacji ja nie chcę. Dobrze, no będziemy teraz maksować umiejętności wszystkie. Już to jest ten moment w grze. Przekroczyliśmy spokojnie. Gdzieś dochodzimy powoli do 80% fabuły, więc...
First we find Isabel.
Ona jest gdzieś tu, tam jest w środku. Ale dzisiaj będzie grania, o dajcie spokój. Jeszcze 15 nie ma, w to chcę pograć, a później jeszcze Atlas Fallen. Z Bigosem.
There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Dobrze.
We could leave.
Idziemy do tego garnizonu, zobaczymy. Co tu się dzieje?
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Dobrze. Idźmy porozmawiać.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
My family. They're still in the capital.
I'm sorry, darling.
It's all right. Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head...
I assume you have a plan?
Głupio, nie mogę tego przeskoczyć. Ale spoko.
Let's go.
Jedźmy tam od razu. Cały czas do przodu, cała naprzód. Ciekawe, ile mi się dzisiaj uda tej fabuły przejść. Tutaj. O, uleczyło mnie dobrze.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
strength.
Chciałbyś? Dobra, zajmijmy się liszem. Do widzenia.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Ten zakochany.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Dlatego właśnie walczymy.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Dobrze, to teraz do Otto. Przyjacielu, idę do ciebie. Dobra. O, pismo. Idziemy to pismo odczytać najpierw.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Ciekawe, ile już mam tych wspomnień. No mało, 4 tylko. A gdzie cała reszta?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
No, czekajcie. Co masz dobrego?
You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
A, do orkiestronu, nie. To dobra, porozmawiajmy za to już.
When you turn up, adults from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
O, Feniks się w końcu obudził, dobrze. Nareszcie pogadamy sobie z Joshuą.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit, but they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
Jak to brzmi.
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
A mówiłem, nie jest keczupu. Nie słuchał, zjadł za dużo, no.
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
Dokładnie.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
Znowu 3 ikonów.
He'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
No tak, a zawsze mogą się scalić. Megazorda i będzie nawet Ultima nie da rady.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
You know how I feel about this, but your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to think it runs in the family.
Back again? What is it that you wish to learn?
Do Tabor. No dobrze.
Tyre's right. Your brother is in no condition to travel. That's what I'll say on the matter.
Jeszcze coś jest? Jeszcze coś tu ciekawego jest? Co tu jest znowu? Wataha. Na południe od Taboru. Dalmekia. No dobrze. Ole się questów nasypało. No nie, tego nie chciałem zobaczyć. Właśnie czegoś takiego nie chciałem zobaczyć. Bałem się tego jak ognia i ogniem dostałem. Oj, już się zaczyna. Znowu spam. Tam jeszcze jeden quest wisi tutaj, w biurku. No dobra, zbieramy questy. Może wszystkie będą w taborze, co wątpię.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them, as always.
Seems the hideaway's lost its
blasted
appetite.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Hippocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
No dobrze, czyli trzeba jeszcze iść i jeszcze z dziadkiem porozmawiać. Oj, oj, oj. Dobrze, jeśli ten odcinek już jest taki średniowy, to go takim zostawimy.
Lawsman Hippocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find
Dobra, zaraz wrócę.
and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the Drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Dobra, jestem. Idziemy do biurka teraz. Tu są jeszcze 2 zadania, 3 w zasadzie. Makabra.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest? Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
Oh. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Wiecie co? Zaraz porozmawiamy sobie z Czarą. Pójdę tutaj, jak już tu jestem. Bo to zadanie jest, może kierować dalej z powrotem tam.
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
We'll get us all straight.
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Middledore showed us.
Miss Middledore? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Middledore said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Midadol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces, the body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Midadol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you?
Niesamowite.
Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers.
These aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo.
And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Midadol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
You're gonna die. You hear me?
Uspokój się, dziewczyno.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
Ja tu jestem, nikt nie zginie.
Lady Karen, how's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
It seems the hideaway has lost its appetite. Can you blame them?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the 3 of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Ah, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Prawa niezwykłej wagi. Serio.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Dobrze, czyli wszystko poza kryjówką. To jedziemy, panie i panowie, poza kryjówkę. Aha, i nigdzie indziej nie mogę iść. Tak, uwielbiam. Muszę się tu udać. No to się udamy. Płaszcz i sztylet. Sztylet. No dobrze. Płaszcz i sztylet. A, bo to prowadzisz do zadania pobocznego. A tu jest jeszcze zadanie. Dajcie spokój. Jedno zadanie za drugim. Zła krew. A to w ogóle jest jeszcze inne zadanie. Oj, dajcie spokój. Kolejne zadanie. Dobra, lećmy tu w takim bądź razie. Zrobimy to po tej stronie.
The bandits may be known, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentlemen of the town guard are strapped.
Teraz tak, to jest tutaj w lewo.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I've found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this store he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Tu nie ma skrótu, oczywiście muszę biec wszystko dookoła. O, makabra. No dobra, biegniemy.
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch. Perhaps. What a mess.
You fought very bravely. Safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Okej. Wolisz być ciepły, czy wolisz być zimny? Jakiego mam cię przynieść? Ciepłego czy zimnego? Niech zawisł. Tak, myślałem, że będzie was więcej, dlatego tak oszczędnie atakowałem.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwin finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwin wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
Co to mówi? Hipokryta. A jeszcze Goodsa trzeba znaleźć.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goods jest niemożliwy.
Enough, all of you!
O, aż babcia przyszła osobiście.
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, wise words.
Babcia jest okrutna.
It's time to collect.
Zabierzemy oko. Ała!
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It ain't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down.
Babcia jest okrutna. Babcia jest niemożliwa.
Tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Babcia jest okrutna. Wydubała typowie. Wydubała typowioka. Mówi, że jeszcze drugi by mu wydubała, jakby ci się stawiał. Nie no, z babcią to nie zadzieraj. Dobra, ale to quest z babcią jest w mieście. Tu jest ten drugi quest. Idziemy do zjazdu Marty. No się ciągną te zadania, jednak się ciągną. To wszystko nie pójdzie tak szybko. Na górze nietypowo.
My lord Marquis, it is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalimil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Do Dalamilu mamy znowu wrócić? Dobrze. To idziemy do Northwich teraz.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
No to idziemy tam. Tylko ja muszę jakoś szybciej stąd wyjść i przejść się szybciej tam. Tu jest chyba skręt. Wyjście z garnizonu będzie dla mnie dużo szybsze niż każde inne wyjście. Tędy chyba najszybciej jest. Żebym mógł odpalić chocobo przede wszystkim. Szkoda, że to nie działa jak koń w Asasynie. Tam nie trzeba było nawet patrzeć w stronę konia, żeby go złapać.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right, let's get this over with.
Oj, nie ten przycisk, ale dobra, zaraz ją powalę. Dobra, pieczony smok.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Tam yellow to yellow, czyli żółty. Tutaj.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Dobrze, kryjówka. I Dalamil jeszcze. Najpierw Dalamil, bo zaraz się później znowu okaże, że trzeba do kryjówki później wrócić, więc Dalamil na razie.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
200, ale to jest... Okej, trzeba podjechać.
Mummy,
The gentleman of the town guard.
Fly, Ambrosia. Someone's got himself in trouble.
Bandyci.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
It's over.
Jak poleciał.
expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's.
Jeszcze jest drugi, no.
I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. Come on.
Jedziemy.
Straight home now. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not.
On ma głos cesarza, nie?
Someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I am Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
Dobrze. Będzie moim shieldem, a teraz się pozbądźmy kolejnych napastników.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Jaki to głos był. Koniec.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine, which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over it. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away, but allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bistolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Zjazd Marty. Ale to jest latanie, po prostu latanie. Z jednej części świata na drugą, non stop. No dobrze. Skoro tak to musi być, to tak musi być.
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Poziom. Dobrze, 2 questy tu są. Ja muszę zweryfikować amulety, bo wiecie, ja chyba mam amulety na... Nie wiem, czy złych amuletów nie mam założonych teraz. Muszę to zweryfikować. Znowu następne nowe zadanie. Dobra, pokończmy te.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump.
Kuc jest.
Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
Ta dwójka jest czymś innym.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
No, mogłabyś dać obniżkę, nie 20 000, tylko 10 000. Ozdoba.
It seems the hideaway has lost its... So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
Iść czas później. Sałata i mięso.
Fried mortress of stock.
Przypomnieli mi, że obiad trzeba zjeść.
To make sure it's fit for consumption.
Tylko, że sałata i mięso zjeść na obiad to jest ciekawe.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Musi być bardzo smaczne.
So, not fit for consumption then.
The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even.
Aż na kolana upadł.
A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Dobrze, idziemy zobaczyć to zadanie, chociaż ja myślę, że to jest to samo zadanie, co jest z misją główną. Połączone.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Anything catch your eye?
Zła krew, tak. To jest to samo, to jest tam odnoga, ta dalej. Dobrze, to jak już mamy to już poprowadzone wszystko. To idziemy tutaj. Ja mam 41 level, prawda? W ogóle, bo się już zagubiłem. Zaraz zobaczymy. Dokładnie. Dojdziemy dalej. Jest ta misja. Dojdę dalej. Misję poboczną weźmiemy. Dojdziemy do tej misji głównej i na tym chyba skończę odcinek, żeby następnym już był ciekawszy. Dobra, nie ma co biegać po pustkowiu. Kilometrów robić. Tylko należy wsiąść na konia i urwać te, uczknąć te.
Assuming they will allow it, the echoes have a will of their own.
Mogą mieć swoją wolę, ale ja mam swoje buty. Nieważne, czy mi pozwolą, ja nie muszę ze wszystkim tu walczyć, nie?
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
O to właśnie chodzi. Po co z tym wszystkim walczyć po drodze? Siup. I zadanie poboczne następne. Jak chcesz siąść, mogę? Dziękuję. Myślałem, że mi będzie poprawiać kamerę zamiast... Widzicie, tak bardzo lubi ketchup, że się oblał.
What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. We can't let them...
I'll go.
Thank you.
Dobrze, ranny człowieku.
Rest well, soldier.
Lordzie kubka. Dobrze, przyjmijmy to zadanie.
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Faster!
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. Got here in time.
Dobra, pieczony kurczak.
Is someone there? Please, I can't move my leg.
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
Jeszcze ktoś żyje jednak.
You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened in Austria.
Another survivor.
His wounds were...
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here.
Co on mi dał? Magiczny popiół.
You seem familiar.
You must have me
That scar.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there in Kosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you...
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
Fine. If you insist.
Nie ma litości.
Titan!
chyba kupa go złapała. Chyba jednak nie da rady.
And this should be easy for you. Come on. Kill me!
For what? The sins of your master. You and I have no quarrel, and I will not strike a man who cannot defend himself.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some...
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Jak chcesz umrzeć, to mnie znajdziesz. Jak będziesz szukał śmierci, to ją znajdziesz. Obiecuję ci to. A teraz ruszajmy dalej. Cały czas do przodu. Kolejne 200 metrów. No nie, no ja wezmę tego czekobo, bo przecież będę biegł na nogach. A tu kolejne 200 metrów. Kolejne 200 metrów. I kolejne. I tak bez końca. Jest całkiem spory obszar, jakby nie patrzeć. Nawet długi jest.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Here, take a look at my wares. Anything else? A fine choice. Take care.
No i co, tu wszystko. Dobra, popychamy fabułę dalej. Jest i ona.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tham.
Odyn. Tam jest Odyn. Ostatni dominant do naklepania.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora? The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
Wszystkich zabił. Serio? Jednym cięciem? Cięciem ja też tak chcę.
That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city.
her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Odyn, idę po twoją głowę teraz.
Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Oczywiście, że nie. Ja chcę więcej mocy. Twoją też łyknę. I nie ma już eteru, żebyś się nażarł i był jeszcze silniejszy i większy i nie wiem, dopakowany. Musisz korzystać z własnej mocy. Chyba że Ultima ci da moc.
How long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Bogowie czy nie, naklepię wszystkich.
May I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tu isag ilith.
Co to za czarna magia?
Lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
Kogo masz na myśli? Chyba mit i tą resztę, co tam jest z tym. I wuja.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her.
which is why I had to let her go.
Dobra, tu są kolejne zadania boczne. Mnie się już wydaje, że na tym ja skończę, bo to jednak będzie się ciągnąć. Wasz i sztylet. Jeszcze będzie się ciągnąć chwilę. Zanim ja zrobię te zadania, to znowu minie za 20 minut. A ja mam teraz równo 4 godziny i tyle chyba wystarczy. Na ten odcinek i tak jest bardzo długi jak w porównaniu do reszty. Dziękuję wam za oglądanie. Widzimy się w następnym odcinku, w którym zrobię od razu te poboczne 2 i przejdę się dalej oczywiście. Także widzimy się niebawem. Cześć.